I'm going to have to go get another cup of tea. So, my other hobbies, and a lot of you know that, is patchwork. You see, probably look, patchwork. That's an EPP I was doing with a load of scrap I had. It was something to do when we were at our mobile. I haven't picked it up in a while because I've been doing so much. I think it's the kind of one of those things you keep going back to, your English paper piecing. But what have I been doing this month? So this month's Patchwork Parcel, or this season's Patchwork Parcel, because we changed from every month to every quarter. So the Christmas one, the December box, was the Merry Wreath quilt. I'll put up in a picture. And I love that one. I just really love it. I think it's a great scrap one. I will be putting up kits from patterns because we had them at the Knit and Stitch show. I will be putting up digital downloads of last year's patterns, things like that, in the next, basically in January. I'll be putting all those up so you can have a look at those. So the Patchwork Parcel, I do have videos on that. You can go, I won't waffle on about that, but I really enjoyed making that one. So then I made the Patch Quilt Tote. So that was our previous Patchwork Parcel, but I made it in a different colourway. I actually have some of that fabric here. Ooh. So it was a jelly roll by Moda, and I only used half of the jelly roll. Look at all these colours. Look at that one. Oh, it's so lovely. They're just so gorgeous. So I made a bag. I'll put up a picture again. Using these strips. Now, I'd probably do it a little bit different if I was doing it again, because I didn't consider the piece section that we would use. But I only took half a jelly roll. And it's a really lovely bag. Really, really lovely bag. And it wasn't the original pattern. It was very careful placement of all the strips. But this one I did the jelly roll race and just put them all together. I think if I did it again, I might just cut them into smaller strips and then do the jelly roll race, and you'd have more of a mix of them all anyway. So yeah, I love that bag, and actually it was a nice make. Now we're doing it in a class in a few, I think it might be February, so check it out on the website. This is going to take me forever to edit. I'll put it in a link down below. Yeah, so that's in the window of the shop actually at the moment, so I can't wait to get using that. This is the thing, they sit in the shop for a while because they're samples, and then I can get them back. So yeah. Then what else did I do? Oh, I talked about the last Homely Home. Yeah, so Kate in the last Homely Home has lots of videos on quilting, and she talks about her design process and things like that. I really enjoyed her vlog. But one thing I did, no, I don't think it's down here. I think it might still be in the house because I had it in the shop and then brought it back. No, it's in the house. So, I mentioned there my dad passed away 7 years ago. Will be this 6th of January, 7 years ago. So, I started doing a quilt just after he passed away, because I kind of started quilting before he died. I remember having a conversation with him outside of one of the IPS meetings, saying, I'm glad you're doing something for you, like doing something for yourself, because you're always doing everything for everybody else. And I kind of thought, well, that kind of stuck with me, that conversation. You know, we're always doing things for other people. Well, at least I am anyway. And maybe as a mammy, you're always doing things as well. And then I have 2 children who have a disability, so that adds to a lot of pressure and stuff. So having my own little time out zone, you know, out of your head and into your hands. I love that phrase. It's brilliant. So yeah, I started making a quilt shortly after that, and I got mentally exhausted and I put it away. I knew it was still there somewhere, and I only just took it out because I thought I should actually just check to see how much is left in that. There's very little left in it. It's a king size quilt. This is crazy. It's a king size quilt, and there's 32 types blocks, 36 and 36. One block is completely done. It has like an Irish chain and then a star. So the Irish chain blocks are all done. And then the star block, I wish I had it here to show you. Anyway, I tell you, I'll put in pictures. There'll be a lot of putting in pictures. So the star block, I had 6 of them done. So I've done a few more. I think I'm up to 10 now. So I was just chipping away at them. But what I did was I cut out all the fabric for all the bits of the stars, and I have them all pinned together, ready to sew, 2 at a time, half square triangles. So I'm chipping away at it, and I thought that needs to be finished because it's very close to being finished. And I think because of the quilt it was, and the time I did it, and the sentimentality of it. Now, my first ever quilt I actually gave to my mum. Dad passed before I could give it to him. But I gave it to mum, and she loves it and has all camper vans because they had a camper van and everything. But like this would have been like my first proper quilt, big king size quilt. So I'm going to send it off to be quilted, and because I just think if I don't, because it's been sitting there that long, it'll never get made into a quilt. So anyway, that's a kind of a long-term project. So that's talking about other plans. So that's a long-term project. It's something I really want to do. And I think I'll just chip away at it. If I keep it beside my sewing machine, and you know, if I feel like I want to do a bit of sewing but I don't have a particular project I want to work on, I'll just do a little bit of that. Do you know what I mean? Pat Sloan does that as well. If anybody doesn't follow her, she's another quilting person. And she has loads of 2.5-inch squares beside her machine, and to get her, like, it's like a sewing warm-up, she'll just make them. She'll just sit and then they go together 2x2, and then she presses them in batches, and then they go 4x4, and next of all she's got a quilt made by the end of the year, and it was a bonus quilt. So I'm going to look at it like that, and hopefully I might be sitting here next year and say I haven't made one. See what happens. Anyway, so yeah, that's my my patchwork plans. I don't want to take any more quilts on other than the Patchwork Parcel quilts, and that one I'd like to get that finished. It'd be nice. I need a quilt for my own bed. They're all over the house. We have loads of quilts everywhere. So yeah, other than that, so embroidery. I've been doing a bit of cross stitch. Some lovely kits from the Royal Horticultural Society. I've been making one of those. Then I've also have an embroidery bag that's nearly finished, like so close to being finished. Why do we do this? Why don't we just finish them? Are you guys like that? Or do you finish a project? Rachel, I know you're not like that. I know you're watching this going, no, I get it all finished. No. Might be an ADHD thing as well, but I'll try and get them finished. So this little bag, I started it when I hurt my back last year. If you don't know, I slipped 2 discs last year, and I had to sit. I was literally, all I could do was sit. The only place I was not in pain was in one chair for hours every day and couldn't move. So I was embroidering. So I just sat there and did embroidery. And it's nearly done. It's so close. But the big thing is I need a better light, where like there's a lovely lights down here for recording these videos, but I think I need a better light. Now, we did get some of those pure lights. Have anybody ever seen them? Got some of them in after seeing them at the Knit and Stitching show, and they flew out. Literally, we sold out. We got these lovely ones that clip onto things, and then we also got. I'm looking down here and getting messages from people. We got lovely ones that are on a big stand, and they had 2 lights on them, and you can bend them all different ways, and they're daylight bulbs. I thought, you know what, I need one of them for where I sit. They might not be the most attractive in your sitting room, but it'll help your eyes, and you know, you need to keep a watch on your old eyes. You know, helping your eyesight, and it helps you do the project, and then you want to do it, especially knitting. I do have those little lights that go around your neck, but sometimes I can't find. Sometimes I'm like, where did I put them? Where did I put them? They're at the bottom of my box, where if it's just a light there and you just press it, turn it on, I'm more likely to do that. So yeah, maybe. I need to sort that out. So that's a plan to sort out. There's 3 plans. Didn't think I was making any plans. There's 3 plans. Yoo! So yeah, we're down to plans. Oh, I don't think I talked about. Oh yeah, look, I'm missing things. Okay, so that's my embroidery. So the other thing that I do, other than painting as well, because I haven't done any painting, so I'm not talking about it here because we do plein air. It's quite cold out for the old plein air. I do have a holiday planned for doing plein air, but I'll talk about that another time. We have just passed the winter solstice, and for anybody who doesn't know, you probably do. If you live in Ireland, you know, because you grew up with hearing about Newgrange, and you know the winter solstice and the calendar that Newgrange is. So the 21st/22nd of December is the winter solstice. That's the shortest day of the year, and in Neolithic times, sorry, here's me being the art teacher, in Neolithic times they used it as a calendar because they were New Stone Age farmers, and they believed that if it lit up, well, this is all conjecture because there's no writing, we don't know 100%. They possibly believed that if it lit up, so Newgrange has a light box over the door, and it lights from the rising sun on that day, 21st to stroke 22nd, because the winter solstice changes at about 9 o'clock. So it's just after the rising sun. With the shift of the earth over 2,000 years, it's become later. It lights up, so the beam light goes in, lights up the chamber, and they believe that then the harvest would be good, or be a good year ahead. So from that moment on, we get 15 minutes a week. Now, for people who are watching this and they're like live nearer the equator, it doesn't make a difference to you. But for us, it gets dark at 4 o'clock, like pitch black at 4 o'clock, and not bright again till like, well, it was bright this morning at 8, so it wasn't too bad. So it's very dark in the winters, but we do get gorgeous long summer evenings. So, you know, grand stretches in the evening. So yeah, that to me is the new year. The 21st of December is the new year, and that's I think the gardener's new year. That's the point when there's more daylight and you can start planting things out. Now, I do have a lot of things growing in my garden. I have winter lettuces and things like that. I have my garlic in little plug plants because I haven't had time to put them in. But the weather's been so mild. I think I can put them in. Might get a chance next week to put them in. Yeah, so my garlic has to go in. And there's a lot of weeding to do. I have a lot of scotch grass. Fintan got me some nice new gardening tools, which is lovely. So I'm going to be using those. And then not too long away, my local gardening group will be back up again. So I run with a friend of mine, John, a group called GIY Clontarf. So Grow It Yourself Clontarf. And we've been, I think, going about 10 years. We did stop for a while, obviously, during COVID, because we used to work out of the library, and it was hard to get it back up and running, but now we have a space to. So if anybody's in the area, we meet in the GAA club in Clontarf. Details are down there and on their website and stuff. And we do have a Facebook page, but again, I got hacked, so I don't have access to Facebook. So that's my local GIY group. I've been gardening since a very young age, with my dad and my granny. And my granddad had an allotment, and I had an allotment at one stage myself in Fintan. And yeah, that's my other hobby. I really, really love growing. And I think my biggest hobby is making compost. I sound really boring. It's so boring. But yeah, that's the one thing I really love doing, is just being outdoors and growing things and listening to the birds and all that. You know, just out of your head and into your hands. Love it. I think that's going to be my motto now. Out of your head and into your hands. That's what you just switch off, because you're just concentrating on this, like getting, you know, planting these little things. I do follow the no dig method as much as I possibly can, but that scotch grass will be the bane of my life. It's just everywhere, and if you don't let it, anyway, I'm going to rant about scotch grass now. I'm sorry. But yeah, you can see there's some like daffodils are starting to come up. It's been so mild, it's crazy, and my calla lilies in the front garden are starting to grow back again. It's weird. It's not. There's no minus degrees. We haven't had a frost. We probably will. We'll have a massive one in April or something like that. Really random. The beast from the east. That's the last one we got. Anyway, let me take off these lovely little things. So I think this might be a bit quicker. I suppose I'm not talking about patterns and stuff. Okay, so the plans. What are my plans? I talked about a couple of them there. I'm probably already forgetting. I actually thought, I'm not going to say I'm going to make this on here, because the last time I did, those things are still cut out and over there. I haven't done them. So those trousers and a blouse, and you know, I feel guilty that I haven't done them, and then I don't do other blogs because I feel like I have to do them. So I'm not going to say I'm going to make this. I'm just going to come on here and talk about what I have made, or what I might like to make, you know, because, you know, life's busy. 2 kids, got a shop, have a million hobbies. Yeah, life's busy. So I'll just decide as I go along. So the next patchwork parcel is on the go. I have the fabric and I'm refining the pattern at the moment, so that's on the go. One thing I do need is I need jammies. I need some jammies. Which also reminds me, I do have a plan that next year I am making the kids' Christmas pajamas, because it was really hard to find them Christmas pajamas this year. James is 12, but he's quite tall and skinny. So any of the ones that were tall enough were too big, and I had to take them in. And then Alva was like, I want pink and red. I want pink and red. Ugh. So next year I'm going to get in some Christmas kids, you know, playful fabrics, jerseys, and I'm making them their jammies. I might make matchy ones, you never know. So next Christmas, that is a definite have to do that. And then yeah, any pattern suggestions for ladies jammies? Now, I don't want anything that's going to take me forever. I don't like wearing the ones that look like shirts in bed. I feel too constrained, you know. And then buttons. I don't want buttons down my front because I lie on my front and I don't want buttons. So sorry. So if anybody knows of any pattern pajama patterns, that might be nice. Do pop them in the comments below. And then the big thing that's happening. So I'm working with somebody else to organise the next Sewing Social Stroke Frocktails event. Just putting it out there. There's plans in the work. So yeah, it's happening. The planning stage is happening. I've got helpers. We haven't made a decision about details or anything yet, but we're, I'm working with another group of people as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And then obviously we'll do our afternoon tea again next September. That just has to happen. Like, the afternoon tea was so brilliant. So we'll do that again next September. So we'll announce when that's ready to book during the summer, because I can't book it now after Christmas. Everybody's broke. But yeah, so that's my plans. That's what I have been doing. Didn't think I was doing that much. And yeah, I probably forgot about loads of stuff. I probably forgot about tons of stuff. Oh, did I talk about my fire? I don't know if I did. Or stove, I think I did. Loving it. Love my stove. I'm going to go down now. Get a new cup of tea. It's 12 o'clock. No, it's too early to... No, maybe it's not too early. It's like, is it too early to have a drink? Is it too early to light my fire and sit beside it and knit for the rest of the day? No. Anyway, I hope you all had a lovely festive break. We are a small business, family run business, and we take the time off when our kids are off. So we took a holiday in August for 2 weeks, and we took 2 weeks at Christmas. And a lot of people might think that's madness for a small business, but we have this business to support our family. And if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to support our family. But we also need to take the time off to be with our family. And I think that's really important, to be with everybody, especially in the colder, darker winter nights. Just to take the time just to, I was baking with the kids, making scrunchies, playing with Lego, kids trying to teach me how to use computer games, and I'm useless. I always was useless. And just, having fun while they're young. So yeah, that's why we're closed until the 9th of January, and it's going to be a lovely break, and we get to see family over that time, and there's no pressure. We don't fit everything into 3 days, and we can relax. So yeah, I'm feeling a bit more relaxed, and I can plan and do some crafts and things and just enjoy. So I hope you have had a lovely break, and I hope, or you will have a lovely break. And here's to a great crafting new year. Bye bye.